My child, come, sit with me for a moment. Still your heart, quiet your thoughts, and grant me your undivided attention, for there is a truth I must pour into your spirit before you surrender to sleep. It is a truth more vital than the air you breathe, a foundation upon which your tomorrow must be built. I see you, my beloved. I see the weariness in your soul and the silent search in your eyes. Every day you scan the horizon of your life, looking for a hand to steady you, a voice to affirm you, a strength outside of yourself to carry you through. You look to people, to circumstances, to accomplishments, believing that your ability to stand depends on them. But today, right now, in this sacred stillness, I am pulling back the veil on a mystery you have lived with but have not yet fully grasped. The strength you seek has never been external. It has never been a loan from the world, dependent on the shifting opinions and fleeting presence of others. The bedrock of your endurance, the wellspring of your resilience, has always been within you. Why? Because I, your Creator, placed it there. When I formed you in the secret place, when I intricately wove you together, I did not merely give you form and function. I leaned in close and breathed my own life into your being. That breath was more than oxygen. It was a divine impartation. It was my essence, my spirit, my unending endurance, my eternal life. I planted a seed of my own nature deep within the soil of your soul. And because I live in you, because that divine spark is an inextinguishable part of who you are, it is impossible for you to be as weak as you so often imagine yourself to be. I know how you feel. You feel fragile, like a clay pot that could shatter with one more blow. You feel weary, like a traveler who has walked 1,000 miles with 1,000 more to go. You feel overwhelmed, like a small boat in a raging sea. These feelings are real, but they are not the ultimate reality. The truth that stands immovable, the truth that predates your fears and will outlast your doubts, is this: your weakness is not your disqualification. It is the very stage upon which my power is most beautifully and perfectly displayed. Your perceived emptiness is not a void. It is a sacred space, an invitation for my strength to flood in and accomplish what you cannot. Therefore, do not mistake your tiredness for a terminal inability. Do not interpret my silence as abandonment. In the moments when you cannot feel my presence, I am closer than your own skin. I am the silence between your heartbeats, the unspoken peace that calms a storm within you. When the path ahead is obscured by fog and you cannot see the next step, I am the unseen current guiding you safely to shore. When all the voices of the world, the critics, the flatterers, the adversaries, fill into an indistinct murmur, my whisper remains. It is a constant, gentle, and unwavering hum beneath the chaos, reminding you, you are mine. I have not forgotten you. I will never ever let you go. My hand does not withdraw from the one I love with an everlasting love. And child, you are so deeply and completely loved. Thunith, I am calling you to do something radical. I want you to consciously release the crushing weight of depending on others for your validation. You have spent so much of your life holding up a mirror to the faces of those around you, trying to see your own reflection in their eyes. You measure your worth by their applause, your strength by their support, your direction by their opinions. And when they turn away, when they are silent, when they are absent, you feel utterly lost, a ship without a rudder. But hear me now, beloved. You were never created to be defined by the echoes of human voices. You were created to be defined by mine. And my voice, the voice that spoke galaxies into existence, declares this over you tonight. You are strong. You are capable. You are chosen. You are cherished. You are more than enough, not because of what you do, but because of who I made you to be. The strength I have woven into the fabric of your being is not a brittle thing, meant only for surviving the calm days. It is a profound, resilient power designed for you to rise up, to move forward, and to stand firm even when the fiercest storms of life are breaking against you. Do not fall for the lie that the storms come to drown you. That is never their purpose in my economy. They come to prove to you that your life is built upon the rock of my word, a foundation that cannot be shaken, eroded, or moved. The storms are permitted to reveal the incredible resilience I have already placed inside you. The waves of adversity may crash against you. The winds of disappointment may howl around you, but they cannot, and they will not, break the foundation I have established in your life. I see you in those quiet moments of crippling self-doubt. I am there when you look at your reflection and think, perhaps I am not good enough. Perhaps I don't have what it takes. Perhaps I am destined to fail. I hear those thoughts, my child, and I tell you with all the love in the universe, those thoughts are not from me. They are alien whispers from the kingdom of fear. They are shadows, illusions designed to obscure the brilliant, divine light that I have placed within you. I did not knit you together in a womb of fear. I created you to walk in a spirit of power, love, and a sound mind. I designed you for courage. Now, understand what courage truly is. Courage is not the absence of fear. A world without fear would not need courage. Courage is the holy act of moving forward even when your knees are knocking and your heart is pounding. It is taking the next step precisely because you know that I am going before you, that I am with you, and that I am within you. It is a profound declaration of trust in me over the noise of your circumstances. You may protest, but Lord, my resources are so limited. My knowledge is insufficient. The help I need has not arrived. And I gently respond, lift your eyes, my child. You are staring at the perceived emptiness of your hands, while I am trying to draw your attention to the eternal abundance you carry within your heart. You are fixated on what you lack, while I am pointing you to what you already possess. Do you not see it? The single seed of faith you carry, no matter how small it seems, holds the potential for the entire harvest you are praying for. The unique ability I have engraved upon your soul is the very key needed to unlock the doors that now seem bolted shut. The quiet stirring of hope I have placed in your spirit is powerful enough to command the mountain of impossibility standing before you to be cast into the sea. I want you to learn the profound beauty and immense power of trusting me in the stillness. So much of your energy is spent running to and fro, frantically searching for human hands to hold, human shoulders to lean on, human words to comfort you. And while I give you the gift of community, your ultimate source must be me. Here I am, closer to you than your own breath, waiting patiently for you to turn inward and lean on me. If you lean on me, you will never stumble. If you rest in my embrace, the anxieties of the world will not consume you. If you call on my name, you will discover that I am nearer and more attentive than you ever dared to imagine. When you reach the absolute and of your own strength, that is not the end of the road. It is the beginning of truly experiencing mine. When you feel you cannot take another step, remember that I am the one who carries you. When you think you have exhausted your own ability, rejoice, for that is when my infinite power can begin to flow through you unhindered. When you see no way forward, no door in the wall, remember that I am the door, and no person, no power, no principality can shut what I have opened for you. You must internalize this truth. I did not design you for a life of defeat. I designed you for a walk of victory, and this victory does not always look like the world imagines. It is not always a loud parade, a public celebration, or a trophy held high. Sometimes, victory is the quiet, tenacious act of simply remaining standing when everything and everyone is trying to push you down. Sometimes, Victory is choosing to hold on to a glimmer of hope when the darkness of despair is calling your name. Sometimes, victory is choosing to whisper a prayer of gratitude when your heart is aching with loss. You have been conditioned to believe that progress is always visible, always measurable, always celebrated by others. But I am teaching you a higher way. The most significant progress often happens in the secret, silent chambers of your own heart. Every time you choose to trust me instead of indulging your fear, you are making monumental progress. Every time you choose to extend forgiveness when your flesh screams for revenge, you are advancing in my kingdom. Every time you bring your heart to me in prayer, even when it feels empty and dry, you are making incredible strides. Every single time you choose love over bitterness, compassion over judgment, grace over condemnation, you are achieving victories that cause all of heaven to rejoice. The world may not see these triumphs, but I see them. And I tell you, they matter more to me than all the empires of the world. I know there are nights you lie awake, feeling that your efforts are invisible, your tears are unnoticed, and your prayers are hitting a ceiling of brass. But let me assure you, beloved, every tear you have ever shed in secret I have collected. They are precious to me. Every prayer you have ever whispered, even when you felt foolish, has ascended to my throne as a sweet incense. Not one single act of faith, no matter how small it seemed to you, has ever been wasted or overlooked. I am a master weaver, and I take those threads, your tears, your prayers, your faltering steps of faith, and I weave them together into a beautiful tapestry of answers, breakthroughs, and blessings that will unfold in ways you cannot yet comprehend. What feels painfully delayed to you is never late in my sovereign plan. I operate in perfect Kairos time, and my timing is always, without exception, for your ultimate good and my eternal glory. My precious child, the reason I am impressing this upon your heart so urgently tonight is because the days ahead will require you to stand with an unshakable firmness in your true identity. Not in who the world says you are, not in who your past mistakes say you are, not even in who your own insecurities say you are. You must learn to walk, talk, and live from the unshakable reality of who I declare you to be. You must walk with the profound knowledge that you carry my light within you, and that darkness cannot overcome it. You must move forward with the quiet confidence that you are fully equipped to face every challenge that comes your way, not because you are so great, but because I, who am in you, am greater than any challenge in the world. Stop underestimating yourself, because when you do, you are inadvertently underestimating the power, the wisdom, and the love that I have deposited within your very being. Your heart is crying out for reassurance, so let me speak with a clarity that silences every other voice. You will not ultimately fail, because I am with you and I cannot fail. You will not be abandoned because I am eternally faithful and my promises are yes and amen. You will not be defeated because I am your defender, your rear guard, and your mighty fortress. Therefore, do not be anxious about tomorrow. Tomorrow is already held securely in the palm of my hand. Your role is not to carry the weight of the entire future on your shoulders. Your role is to walk faithfully and trustingly through this present day, this present moment with me. I know there are moments seared into your memory, moments from your past that convinced you of your weakness. There were words that cut you, actions that scarred you, failures that made you believe the lie that you were not and would never be enough. Tonight, I am taking the pen of redemption and I am rewriting that story over your life. Those scars you carry are not symbols of your defeat. They are testimonies of your endurance. They are proof that you survived, that you rose again, that you are still here, still breathing, still living. Every wound that you thought would break you became a holy opening, a channel through which my strength and my grace could pour into you more profoundly. You are not fragile glass destined to shatter. You are refined gold made more pure, more brilliant, and more valuable through the very fires you thought would consume you. So do not despise your journey. Do not look back with regret or shame. And please, my child, stop comparing your path with that of others. Your pace is not their pace. Your lessons are not their lessons. Your victories are not their victories. I have not created you to walk in someone else's shoes or fulfill someone else's destiny. I have meticulously crafted a unique and beautiful path just for you, complete with its own set of challenges, its own curriculum of grace, and its own glorious testimony that will bring me glory. Stop looking at others and thinking they are more capable, more anointed, or more blessed than you. Stop the torment of believing you are behind. In my kingdom, there is no such thing as being behind. There is only a season of preparation, of formation, of being made ready. You are exactly where you need to be for what I am currently doing in you and what I am preparing to do through you. You have prayed for strength, and I am answering that prayer tonight by revealing to you that the strength you have been seeking is already yours. It has been dormant inside you all along, a sleeping giant waiting for the sound of your own belief to awaken it. Remember this: true strength is not the absence of struggle. It is the holy endurance to keep walking right through the heart of the struggle. True strength is not never falling. It is rising with my help every single time you fall. True strength is not being fearless. It is moving forward with unwavering faith, even when fear is sitting right beside you. So rest now, my child. Truly rest. Lay down the heavy burden of striving to prove your worth to a world that will never be satisfied. You are already worthy, not because of your performance, but because of your position as my beloved child. Let go of the constant fear of making mistakes. I am a God of redemption, and I can take your biggest blunders and weave them into the fabric of my beautiful plan for your life, using them to teach you, to humble you, to guide you closer to me. You cannot disappoint me into abandoning you. My love is not a fragile, conditional thing. It is a fierce, eternal, and covenantal love that will never let you go. If you could only see yourself through my eyes for a single moment, all your self-doubt would evaporate like mist in the morning sun. You would see a soul that is radiant with divine possibility. You would see a vessel designed to carry my glory into dark places. You would see a heart that beats with a courage far greater than you have ever given yourself credit for. You would see how every trial has not diminished you, but has in fact revealed more of your hidden strength. You would see that I am smiling over you, not because you are perfect, but simply because you are mine. The enemy of your soul, the accuser, wants you to believe you are weak, so that you will stop moving, stop believing, and stop hoping. But I, your God, call you strong. The enemy wants you to see the obstacles in your path as insurmountable walls, designed to stop you. But I, your Redeemer, call them stepping stones, divine opportunities for my glory to be revealed through you. The enemy wants you to give up in despair when the night of waiting feels too long. But I, your hope, remind you that the dawn is coming. Joy always, always follows the night of weeping. So tonight, as you lay your head on your pillow, refuse to allow fear to be your final thought. Reject the narrative of anxiety and dread. Instead, let my words be the blanket that covers you. You are strong. You are enough. You are hailed. You are loved. I am closer than your breath. I will never forsake you. Trust me with your tomorrow and rest deeply in my unconditional love tonight. My beloved one, listen even more closely now, for I desire to share with you a sacred mystery, a profound truth that many of my children overlook, yet one that holds the power to completely transform your life. You have often wondered why I so persistently urge you to rest with my word in your heart. Why I whisper my promises to you just before you close your eyes. Why I long for my voice to be the very last sound you hear before sleep overtakes your conscious mind. I will tell you now, for it is of utmost importance that you understand this divine principle. When you rest with my word saturating your heart, you are not simply engaging in a passive act of filling your mind with positive thoughts. You are actively inviting eternal, living light to settle into the deepest recesses of your spirit. The night, my child, is not merely a time for physical rest and silence. It is a holy and strategic time. It is the time when the defenses of your conscious mind are lowered, when your body slows its frantic pace, and when your heart becomes most open and receptive. In that state of vulnerable openness, whatever you allow to enter will begin to grow roots. If you in your day replaying your fears, then fear will root itself deeper into the soil of your soul during the night. If you go to sleep meditating on an offense, bitterness will tighten its insidious grip on your heart. But my beloved, if you choose to end your day with my voice, with my promises, with my truth, then peace, strength, and courage will be planted like incorruptible seeds in the fertile ground of your spirit. Sleep is not wasted time in my kingdom. Sleep is a holy activity. It is the sacred space where I continue to work on your behalf, speaking to your spirit without the interruption of your busy thoughts. It is the operating table where I perform divine surgery on your soul, healing wounds you cannot heal yourself. It is the quiet workshop where I realign your heart with mine, all without you needing to strive or struggle. When you lie down with my promises hailed in your spirit, those promises do not fall asleep with you. They are alive and active. They work within you even as your body rests, knitting you back together, cleansing your mind and fortifying your spirit. My word does not slumber. My power does not pause. My work of transformation continues, shaping you into the likeness of my Son, shielding you from the darkness that seeks to creep in during the vulnerable hours of the night. Do you not see, beloved, that the enemy waits for the night to sow his tares? In your quietest moment, he comes to whisper his lists of dread about tomorrow, replays of past pains, voices of discouragement that tell you nothing will ever change. But when you intentionally cover yourself with the blanket of my word, his whispers become powerless. They fall on ground already occupied by truth. Light has no need to negotiate with darkness. Its very presence eradicateth it. My word becomes your spiritual covering, your impenetrable armor, your divine shield, even as you rest peacefully. This is why I call you to a different rhythm than the world. I call you to end your day not with the clamor and noise of the world, but with the serene and powerful voice of heaven. You ask, but Lord, how does this practically change my tomorrow? Listen closely, and I will show you. When you fall asleep with my word as the final imprint on your heart, your subconscious mind, the hidden, powerful garden of your soul, begins to meditate on that truth all through the night. Just as the earth silently absorbs the gentle rain throughout the night, your spirit absorbs the life-giving water of my promises. The result is that you rise in the morning not from a place of emptiness, but from a reservoir of strength. You awaken not with a cloud of dread, but with a dawn of hope. You may not even be able to logically explain it at first, but you will notice a difference. Your thoughts will be lighter. Your emotional responses will be calmer. Your perspective on the day's challenges will be brighter. And why? Because you made a conscious choice to let my light be your companion through the darkness of the night. Every day you live is profoundly shaped by what you carried into it from the day before. If you go to bed carrying the heavy stones of your burdens, you will wake up feeling crushed. If you go to bed rehearsing your anxieties, you will wake with shadows already lingering over your mind. But if you go to bed marinating in my word, you will awaken clothed in a garment of peace. And this peace, remember, is not the absence of problems, but the overwhelming presence of my assurance. The assurance that I am with you. The assurance that your tomorrow is already secured in my hands. The assurance that you need not fear what awaits you. Do you remember my creation account? I created the evening and the morning, and I declared them both good. The night was never meant to be a time of terror for my children. The night is my gift to you for restoration, for healing, for deep communion. And my word is the key that unlocks the fullness of the restoration your soul so desperately craves. When you lie in the silence and intentionally choose to fill your mind with thoughts of me, you are not wasting time. You are preparing the soil of your life for unprecedented fruitfulness. Think of a wise farmer, my child. He plants his most precious seeds in the soil, covers them gently, and walks away in trust. He does not return every hour through the night, digging up the seed to anxiously check if it is growing. He trusts the process. He knows that in the darkness, in the hiddenness, in the silence, a miracle is taking place. Life is being formed. This is a perfect picture of what happens when you go to bed with my word in your heart. You are planting seeds of faith, hope, and love in the soil of your spirit. And all through the night, while you are unaware, I am watering those seeds, causing growth that you cannot see with your physical eyes. By morning, you are stronger, though you may not understand why. By morning, you are calmer, though you cannot explain how. I gave you my word not merely for intellectual study, but for spiritual habitation. It is not just for information, but for total transformation. When you allow my promises to be the lullaby that sings you to sleep, they become the symphony that carries you through your tomorrow. The morning becomes a different experience because the night was a different experience. The battles you face feel lighter because you have begun the day already armed and armored in truth. Never underestimate the power of these seemingly small choices. A single verse whispered in faith before you sleep can shift the entire emotional trajectory of your morning. A single declaration of my goodness can silence the legion of lies that try to visit you in your dreams. A single, heartfelt moment of surrendering your cares to me before you close your eyes can grant you more genuine peace than hours of anxious, circular thinking. You may think it is insignificant, but I tell you, it is monumental. Every choice to rest in my word creates holy ripples that extend into the hours you have not yet seen. When you choose to sleep in my presence, you are making a powerful declaration of trust. You are saying, Father, I cannot control this night. I cannot solve tomorrow's problems while I sleep. I release it all into your loving and capable hands. Trust is not only demonstrated by your actions in the day, it is powerfully demonstrated by your ability to rest in the night. So many try to carry their burdens with them even into their beds, tossing and turning, their minds racing, trying to solve, to fix, to control. But my beloved, I never designed you to carry that weight. I designed you to cast it upon me, for I care for you deeply. And when you do, your sleep becomes what I intended it to be, holy, peaceful, and profoundly refreshing. There is another mystery in this that I want you to see. Your dreams are not always random firings of your brain. The night is a canvas upon which I often love to paint messages, to bring encouragement, to give divine direction. But the condition of your heart as you enter into sleep greatly influences the canvas. If you fall asleep filled with the static of the world and the poison of fear, the night can become a playground for confusion and a torment. But if you fall asleep saturated in my word, your dream state becomes a garden where I can walk with you in peace, just as I walked with Adam in the cool of the day. Do not despise your dreams, for I still speak through them. When you saturate your spirit with truth before resting, you are inviting me to continue my conversation with you even as you slumber. Think of my servant Jacob. He laid his weary head upon a stone, a hard place, but because his heart was seeking me, he dreamed of a ladder reaching to heaven, with angels ascending and descending. That night was not ordinary. It was a divine encounter that changed his destiny. Or think of Joseph, whose entire life's trajectory was revealed to him in dreams while he rested. Do you see, beloved? The night is not an empty void. The night is a sacred space for divine encounter. When you intentionally invite me into your sleep through meditating on my word, you are opening the door for revelation, for wisdom, for creative solutions, and for heavenly guidance to flow to you in ways you cannot grasp when your conscious mind is awake and active. This is why I so passionately urge you not to end your day with the noise of the world, with endless distractions, with arguments, with a content that stirs up fear or envy. These things leave a residue on your soul, and that residue becomes the contaminated soil from which your tomorrow tries to grow. Why would you choose to rise already burdened when you can choose to rise refreshed? Why would you wake up already anxious when you could wake up anchored in my peace? You often pray, Lord, please make my tomorrow a better day. And I am answering you now. A better tomorrow is shaped by what you plant tonight. If you plant seeds of worry, you will reap a harvest of unrest. If you plant seeds of bitterness, you will reap a harvest of heaviness. But if you choose to plant the living seeds of my word, you will reap a harvest of peace, clarity, and supernatural strength. The world system teaches you to numb yourself at the end of the day with entertainment, with noise, with endless scrolling and meaningless chatter. But my way is different. My way is life-giving. My way is peace restoring. My way is strength building. Do not ever think you are missing out when you choose to turn off the world and tune into me. In those moments, you are gaining eternal treasures that no one can ever take away from you. Beloved, imagine your heart as a beautiful lamp. At night, the type of oil you pour into it will determine how brightly it burns in the morning. If you pour in the oil of worry, the flame will be weak and flickering. If you pour in the oil of worldly distractions, the flame will be dim and smoky. But if you pour in the pure, golden oil of my word, the flame will rise strong, steady, and unshakable. You will wake up not groping in the shadows, but walking in the light of my presence and my purpose. There is a sacred rhythm I want you to learn, a divine flow between your evening and your morning. Evening surrender leads to morning strength. Evening trust leads to morning courage. Evening peace leads to morning clarity. This is the rhythm of those who walk intimately with me. The more you practice this holy exchange, the more you will discover that no day can truly overwhelm you, because you will always begin it with a strength that was sown and cultivated in the secret place of the night. I want you to know this as well, my child. When you fall asleep wrapped in the truth of my word, I dispatch my angels to stand guard around you. I give my angels charge over you to protect you in all your ways. The night is not an unprotected space. You are never, ever alone in the dark. As you whisper my promises, the hosts of heaven respond. A shield of light is raised around you. A divine covering surrounds you, and unseen battles are fought and won on your behalf while you peacefully rest. You have often wondered why some days feel so much heavier than others, why you sometimes rise from a full night's sleep feeling utterly exhausted. Much of the time, it is because of what you took to bed with you. You carried burdens that were never yours to bear. You replayed in your mind the voices of those who spoke against you. You entertained doubts instead of clinging to my promises. But tonight, and for every night that follows, I invite you to make a divine exchange. Trade those heavy weights for my word. My word is not heavy, it is light, and it brings my light into every situation. You may say, "But Lord, I don't always understand everything I read. I don't always know the right words to pray." And I say to you, it is not the depth of your theological understanding that releases my power. It is the simple, trusting posture of your heart. Even one simple verse spoken with sincerity carries the weight of eternity. Even a single, childlike declaration, "Father, you are with me," has the power to change the entire spiritual atmosphere of your room. You do not need many words. You only need to hold on to truth. And I am the way, the truth, and the life. My word is truth. Tomorrow does not have to be an uncertain fog that you dread. The unknown loses its power to intimidate you when you rest in the one who knows all things. When you place your night and your morrow into my hands, you are not stepping into chaos the next morning. You are stepping into a day that has already been written and ordained by me. And when you go to bed with that deep, settled assurance, you rise with a quiet, holy confidence. Remember, I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. The word of truth you hold in your heart at night is not a temporary comfort. It is an eternal reality. It carries its power into tomorrow because it carries my very life within it. So, my beloved, my precious child, as you lay your head down to rest tonight, make a conscious, determined choice. Do not allow your last thoughts to be of fear, of lack, or of failure. Let your last thoughts be of me. Whisper my promises over your own soul. Meditate on my goodness, my faithfulness, my unfailing love for you. Let your heart finally, fully rest in the absolute knowledge that you are loved beyond measure, protected by heaven's armies, and provided for by the King of the universe. And as you do this, as you drift off to sleep in the safety of my embrace, your tomorrow is already being transformed. It will meet you not with dread, but with my joy. This is the divine secret. This is the reason I urge you to sleep with my word, with my encouragement, with my truth saturating your spirit. Because your tomorrow is not just another day. It is a day filled with my purpose, a day brimming with divine possibility, a day where you will need my strength. And that strength is prepared for you in the holy quiet of the night. Trust me with your night, and I will prepare you for your morning. My child, you are never alone, not in the light of the day and not in the darkness of the night. Sleep with my word in your heart and rise in my strength. Sleep with my promises on your lips and wake in my peace. Sleep with my voice as your lullaby and wake with my clarity. This is my gift to you, and it is yours simply to receive. Sleep now tonight in perfect peace, for you are safe in me. Rise tomorrow in bold courage, for you are strong in me. And live every moment of every day knowing that you already carry within you all the strength you will ever need.